Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me for our daily devotion here today. I will be preaching at our North Campus here this next week on spiritual maturity. And as I've been reflecting on this topic here over the past few days, I've been thinking about how to grow in spiritual maturity, God has given us His Word. He's given us the Bible so that as we read and as we process and discern what He has spoken and allow that to read our own lives, that's how we can grow in spiritual maturity. We can learn the areas that we have fallen short in sin. We can learn the areas that God is calling us to move forward in obedience. And yet I think the challenge that I've been faced with here this week is to recognize that spiritual maturity is not about us just doing more. Spiritual maturity is not just leading me to read my Bible more and to do this more and to serve more in all of these different pieces, but it's bigger picture than that, to see that growing in spiritual maturity is not about doing, but it's a recognizing of what has been done. It's not doing more, but it is recognizing my need for a Savior more and more. The main thing, yes, we read His Word, but it's not just to grow in spiritual maturity. Read. It is that we read, but it's when we read, what is the point? I don't just read the Bible for the sake of reading the Bible, but when I read the Bible, He reveals my need for Him all the more. He reveals my need for a Savior. That is what it means to grow in spiritual maturity, to recognize more and more each and every day of our lives our need of a Savior. It was said that spiritual maturity is not about realizing how good we are, but realizing all the areas in our lives that are not good. And in so doing, that opens up the door for grace. That is the good news of the gospel, is that it's not about what we are called to do, but is what Christ has done for us, and receiving that and recognizing our need for that. And then in that reality, moving forward in obedience. And so allow this just to reign over your life in the next week, in the next few weeks, as you remember that, yes, we are all called to grow in spiritual maturity. This is a non-negotiable for our faith, but it is not primarily about our faith. It is about His faithfulness. God bless.